Attention all Sassenachs. I recently spoke with one of the lead actors of the cult show Outlander, Heughan, about a new role that he has taken on, and it is that of the role of Sassenach Spirits' founder. He joined us to discuss how Outlander, the show, has influenced his latest business venture and how his Scottish heritage inspired him to start this new line of spirits. Take a listen.
Obviously, I'm a proud Scotsman. Whilst returning to Scotland to work on my TV show Outlander, I fell in love with the landscape, with the culture and the heritage there. And of course, its most famous product, which is obviously Scotch whisky. Whenever I was traveling around the world, as soon as I would have a single malt whisky, it would take me back to Scotland. There's so much memories and emotions tied up with whisky. And I wanted to create my own that was sort of an expression of what I love in Scotch whisky.
Did you go in search of a partner, or did someone in the industry approach you? I'm curious about your funding and how that all came together.
Yeah, we're all self-funded, self-designed, from every element, from the bottle to obviously the juice. But I was approached by a number of different brands to sort of white label, should we say, to put my face to their label. But I really wanted to create something that was very personal. So we went all around Scotland, different distilleries, trying different products, and I was very inspired actually by a lot of Asian blends, which I felt Scotland obviously does blended whiskey, but I really love these premium, very approachable blends that they do in Japan or Vietnamese whiskey. So yeah, I wanted to do something that was kind of in the same world.
So is the eventual goal to perhaps sell to a bigger company, or to take this as far as you can on your own as an independent brand?
Firstly, yeah, as I said, it's very personal, and I have so much tied up in this.
Yeah.
I dedicate a lot of my time to it, so it would be very hard for me to sell. We want to see where we can go. I really love the creativity of it. Obviously, I'm an actor, I'm a businessman, but I love creating spirits. We also have a gin. We've done a tequila collaboration, and I just think there's so much more to explore.
You've got a built-in market, obviously, because you have fans of the show that will gravitate towards anything that you are part of. What's the challenge of making this brand, your drinks, appealing to the connoisseurs, the whiskey Scotch connoisseurs out there? Yeah,
that's a really good question. And celebrity brands have got a bit of a dirty word, I think, in the alcohol business. But we actually went out of our way to be taken out of that branding, that category. I'm a huge fan of whiskey, and of Scottish whiskey especially. So yeah, we do everything we can to appeal to connoisseurs, to people that really know Scotch whiskey, and I think we've proved it, with all of the awards that we've won.
And speaking of awards, you recently won awards in San Francisco, your whiskey and gin winning gold. What's different about appealing to the U.S. market? Because I know you've won awards in the UK and Singapore as well.
Yeah, the Singapore Spirit Awards, San Francisco Spirit Awards, we won Best in Class. That's the best overall blended Scotch whiskey. We've won multiple double gold medals and now a platinum for the whiskey. I think these accolades are really important, but it all comes back to what I love about whiskey, and it's such a personal thing. So it's always that moment where you think, are people going to like this? I've put my heart and soul into this, and I guess the proof is in the tasting.
So I want to come back to the word Sassenach. It's still not clear whether this is an insult or a term of endearment. Outlander fans know it as the nickname that Jamie gives Claire, who's an English person. How has the meaning of the word changed with the book and the show? And how do you intend for your spirits to help expand the reach of this word? Yeah, it's a really good question. Sassenach was, in times gone by, a derogatory word. It was for an outsider, an English person. I am partly Sassenach myself. My mom is English. We moved. Breaking news.
Yeah, there you go. We moved to Scotland just before I was born, and so there's a part of me in that. But also, actually, Sassenach, because of the show, has become a word of endearment. And I think Scotland is a very forward-thinking country. We're very, quite socialist. We look after each other, and we're very welcoming now, I think. And so, therefore, yeah, I think everyone is a Sassenach. Everyone is an outsider, but you're all welcome to join us. I think about how Outlander has sparked a global obsession with Scotland, the country, right? There are tours devoted to visiting the show's filming locations. The show has been an important contributor to Scotland's economy. How does your drinks business build on that? That's right. Yeah, Scotland. I mean, some locations that we filmed at have seen an increase of like 200% in terms of revenue, in terms of visitor numbers. And I just want to lean into that. I think Scotland has so much to offer in terms of, obviously the landscapes and the culture and the history, but the produce, not just obviously Scotch whisky, some of the finest gins in the world, salmon, some of the produce, venison. So we've got incredible chefs there. So there's so much to draw upon, and I think everyone around the world they identify with Scotland. Scotland has such a rich character.
And you have gin and tequila as well as part of Sassenach Spirits.
We do. I recently created our wild Scottish gin. It's from the southwest of Scotland where I'm born, so all the botanicals are Scottish. They have such an emotional connection to each one. It's also distilled in the southwest of Scotland, in Dumfries and Galloway. And then we also did a collaboration with an amazing tequila brand, a third generation master distiller. They'd never done a collaboration before, but we were in tequila in Jalisco, and we made friends with Tony Sayas there. He was drinking our whiskey. We were drinking his tequila, and we realized there's so much in common with Scots and with Mexicans in terms of their culture, their storytelling, and of course their love for great spirits.
Right now, acting is your day job, and Sassenach Spirits is kind of your side hustle. Will this become your main gig after a while?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it's certainly one of my big passions, and I think it's another creative outlet. And I think as an actor, sometimes, you need these other ways to inspire you. And I never thought I would be a businessman, but actually being a businessman is extremely creative. So yeah, it's just another facet, another part of the skill set that I guess I'm developing.